Good morning. In the last class, we saw how Anne Frank started writing the diary and what kind of a girl she was, her problem, and how she started writing entries in the diary. And we also came to know about her first diary entry. Now, let us move on to the exercises there on page number 54. The questions were sent to you through the Parents app, and the seventh question there, that is what we are going to discuss now on page 54. What do these statements tell you about Anne Frank as a person? So they have given you a few statements from the lesson, and based on that statements, what can you guess about the girl, or what kind of a girl was Anne Frank? That is what you are going to do now. The first sentence: we don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that is a problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. So where do you get this line? It's obvious that she's talking about her friends, how she finds it difficult to talk openly with her friends. So what can you assume from this sentence? What kind of a girl? We can say she was badly in need of a friend. So that was her urgent need at the moment. Now, second question, almost similar to that. I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would, but I want the diary to be my friend. Again, almost similar idea is conveyed through this sentence. That is, she lacks certain persons whom she can talk to openly. So we can say that here she is badly in need of a friend, a true friend where she can share her intimate thoughts. So such a person is very essential in the case of Anne Frank. The second statement also suggests that she is badly in need of a friend, and the prominent point there is she wanted to share her intimate thoughts with another person. So she didn't have such a person. Then the third question: Margaret went to Holland in December and I followed in February when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margaret. So she is discussing about how her parents emigrated to Holland, and later these children also joined them, and so she is presenting herself as a birthday present given to Margaret, her sister. So from this line, you can say it is evident that she had a humor sense, a girl who had sense of humor. So her sense of humor is highlighted in this statement. You may please note down the points by the side of the sentence. Now, fourth question: if you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. So she is talking about the promotion criteria that was prevalent in her school, and she thinks that most of the students, about a quarter of the students, should be kept back, should be detained. So she considers them not to be fit to be promoted to the next class, and that way we can sense that she was a bit studious type, and so she was an intelligent child who is capable of judging others also. So Anne's intelligence and prudence is highlighted in that statement. Then anyone could ramble on and leave big spaces between the words, but the trick was to come up with convincing arguments to prove the necessity of talking. So here she is discussing about the first assignment given to her by her teacher for talking too much in class. So What quality of Anne is highlighted here? Her sincerity and hard-working nature. Not even a silly assignment like that. She didn't take it lightly. She took it seriously and wanted to handle in a very appropriate manner. Now you get the answers here. First one, a person who is badly in need of a friend, and she blames herself in that context also. She doesn't find fault with anyone. Then second one, a person who wanted to share her intimate thoughts with a true friend. Then third one, a girl with a sense of humor. Then an intelligent girl, sincere in all her works, a dedicated child. Now, next is thinking about language. The first exercise there is about compound words. What are compound words? Words that are made up of two or more words. So, two or three words are clubbed together. Usually, two words are clubbed together to give you another idea. So, compound words can be either nouns, like the example given there, homework, notebook. So, both are nouns. Or it can also be adjectives, like long awaited, much waited, or much wanted. Then stiff backed. You get two words clubbed together. Then, or verbs even, like sleepwalk and babysit. So, these are called compound words, which are formed of two words joined together. Now, the exercise based on that is match the compound words under A with their meanings under B. So, we get a number of compound words under column A, and in column B you get the explanation. Just let us match these words. Now, the first one under column B, obeying and respecting the law. I hope you can hear me properly now. Let's continue. Just look at the words explanation given under column B. Obeying and respecting law. It is the fourth option under column A, law abiding. Now, next one, think about pleasant things, forgetting about the present. What is that? Sixth option in column A, that is D, daydream. Now, next one, something produced by a person, machine, or organization. That is eighth option in column A, that is output. Now, next one, producing great sadness. First option, heartbreaking. An occasion when vehicles, machines stop working. Of course, it is breakdown. Next one, an informal word which means a very stupid person. We come across such word in the lesson, blockhead. Then, missing home and family very much is, you might be very familiar. Second option, homesick. Now, the last one is, do something to an excessive degree is overdo. Hope it is clear. Now, the next is phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? Verbs followed by either a preposition or an adverb. Phrasal verbs are also verbs, but you get more than one words in a phrasal verbs. See, look at the example here. First one is get on, which is a verb here, get, and you get on as a preposition. But in the next phrasal verb, you get run as the verb and away. Away is adverb, ran away. So, you get in the first example, it is a preposition and a verb combination, whereas in the second one, it is a adverb and a verb combination. So such group of words are called phrasal verbs. And its meaning often different from the meaning of its parts. So get on consists of two words, and the meaning that it conveys has nothing to do with get or on. So get on, just to carry on. And similarly, some phrasal verbs have more than three parts. Maybe it would be a verb plus an adverb plus a preposition too. All the three come together at certain times, like the example here, ran out of or reach out to. Here we find ran is the verb, out is the adverb, and of the preposition. Again, reach out to, you get reach as a verb, out is the adverb, and to is the preposition. So back to the exercise there. Now let's just go through the description given there. Phrasal verbs. A phrasal verb is a verb followed by a preposition or an adverb. Its meaning is often different from the meaning of its parts. Compare the meanings of the verbs get on and run away in A and B below. You can easily guess their meanings in A, but in B they have special meanings. Look at the first set of sentences given under A. She got on at Agra when the bus stopped for breakfast. Got on here means boarded the bus. And the second option, Dev Anand ran away from home when he was a teenager. He left home when he was a teenager. But in the same verbal phrasal verbs in the next set of sentences convey a different idea. What is that? She's eager to get on in life. There, get on conveys the meaning succeed. She's eager to be successful in life. And the next one, the visitors ran away with the match. The persons or the team who had come from another country just won the match easily. So the same, just like verbs have different shades of meaning in different contexts, these phrasal verbs also have such obey that. Now, some phrasal verbs have three parts: a verb followed by an adverb and a preposition. Our car ran out of petrol just outside the city limits. Ran is the verb, out and off. So ran out of means there is no more fuel in the tank. The second one, the government wants to reach out to the people with this new campaign. They want to make their presence felt. They want to influence the people with a new campaign. So those are phrasal verbs. Now the first task given under that is the text you have just read has a number of phrasal verbs commonly used in English. Look up the following in a dictionary for their meanings under the entry for the italicized words. So you are asked to check their meanings, and when you check in the dictionary, go for the italicized verb. That is, in the first set of words you get plunge is given in italics, and so you have to look for plunge in the dictionary. And now find the sentences in the lesson that have the phrasal verbs given below. So look for the phrasal verbs in the lesson and just understand what is the meaning and match them with their meanings. Are their meanings the same as that of their parts? Okay, so let us do that. Plunge in. Let's do the other way. Go to the right hand side and just pick up the word from the left hand side. So first one, speak or write without focus. To speak or write without focus is fourth option, ramble on. Ramble on. Now stay indoors is seventh option, stay in. Make them remain quiet. Of course, sixth option, calm down. have a good relationship with is get along with, fifth option. Give an assignment to a person in authority, hand in, ninth option. Then compensate, eighth option, make up for. Then go straight to the topic is first option, plunge in. Go to the next grade, move up, third option. And the last one, not promoted, is kept back. So just take care of the meanings of these phrasal verbs given in the previous exercise. Plunge in, ramble on, kept back, get along with. Now next is idioms. Just as we explained in one of the previous classes, idioms are a set of words which convey a particular meaning, and the group of words has a fixed order. And just like phrasal verbs, it has nothing to do with the meanings of individual words. So, here are a few sentences from the text which have idiomatic expressions. Can you say what each means? The first sentence, our entire class is quaking in its boots. What is quaking in its boots? Very much tense and worried. Or you can say shaking with fear and nervousness. You get it here in the PowerPoint. The first option. The first sentence means, that phrase means quacking in its boots. The meaning is shaking with fear and nervousness. Then the next sentence, until then we keep telling others not to lose heart, means not to lose hope. Let us be hopeful. Not to lose hope. Second one. Now the next one. Mr. Keesing was annoyed with me for ages because I talked so much. For ages means for a long time. Then Mr. Keesing was trying to play a joke on me with this ridiculous subject, but I'd make sure the joke was on him. That is, to make fun of him. Just because Mr. Keesing made fun of Anne, she is going to make fun of Mr. Keesing. So you get the last two meanings here. Third one, for quite a long time, and the last one, to retort in the same way, to react in the same way. Now next is, here are a few more idiomatic expressions that occur in the text. Try to use them in sentences of your own. This can be your assignment. You can write 4 idiomatic expressions and make use of them in a sentence. Caught my eye is, what's the meaning? Catch your attention, turn your attention, or something attracted you. Laugh ourselves silly. Laugh ourselves silly means they just laugh like anything. He had enough means his patience is exhausted, and can't bring myself to, I can't understand. Okay, so just try to make use of them in the sentences, in any of the sentences. Now, do you know how to use a dictionary to find out the meanings of idiomatic expressions? Take, for example, the expression caught my eye in the story. Where, under which word would you look for it in the dictionary? So, when you have a set of words, you might be confused as to where to look, which word should you look up in a dictionary. So, in this case, look for it under the first word. Here the first word is catch or caught. But if the first word is a grammatical word like, if you get the first word as a, the, for, etc., then take the next word. That is, look for the first meaningful word in the expression. Now, in our example, the word is caught. The first word is caught. But you won't find caught in the dictionary because it is the past tense of catch. You will find caught listed under catch. So you must look under catch for the expression caught my eye. Which other expressions with catch are listed in your dictionary? So that is a task left to you to find out what other expressions are given under catch. That is less like caught my eye. Using the word catch, what other expressions you have? So when you look up a word when you look up the meaning of an idiom, you just check where the first meaningful word given in the idiom. And if you don't find the first word as a sensible word, just go on to the next word, which give you a sensible meaning. That is, if you get a, the, for as a first word in an idiom, just skip that and move on to the next word. Now, how entries are made in a dictionary, that is discussed here. Note that the dictionary entry usually first gives the meanings of the word itself and then gives a list of idiomatic expressions using that word. Here they have given the example of eye. The meaning is given there first, and the other shades of meaning, abilities to see, the way of seeing of the needle, you say the eye of the needle, and so on. So the basic meaning is discussed first, then the other shades of meaning is given there, and the last you get these idioms. Be all eyes, before or in front of somebody's eyes, and so on. Be up to your eyes. All those are idioms made with the help of eyes, the word eyes. Then now you get certain expressions, idiomatic expressions, and you are asked to guess the meaning. You have read the expression not to lose heart in this text. Now find out the meanings of the following expressions using the word heart. All these expressions have the word heart. So in the first one, break somebody's heart, close or dear to heart, from the bottom of your heart, have a heart of stone, your heart goes out to somebody. These are the expressions. You get the meanings here. Yeah. Break somebody's heart means make somebody feel unhappy. Just note it down against that. Close or dear to heart means to have a lot of interest and importance for somebody, someone of great importance to you. From the heart means I thank you from the bottom of the heart. Means it is sincere, not a made up one. Now have a heart, ask somebody to be kind and reasonable, or you can say willingness. Now have a heart of stone means stone hearted, a person without sympathy. And the last one, your heart goes out to somebody means feel a lot of sympathy for someone. You are being sympathetic towards someone else. Hope you have noted down all the meanings. Now, next task is based on contracted forms. When we speak, we use contracted forms or short forms such as these. Can't for cannot or cannot. I'd for I would and I had. And she's for she is. Notice that contracted forms are also written with an apostrophe to show a shortening of the spelling of not. So here you have skipped, in the case of can't, you have skipped O and N. One N and O is missing. And in the next case, I'd, I is there, but WOUL is missing. Similarly, in the case of I had, I'd is used there and HA is missing. So, writing a diary is like speaking to oneself. Plays also have speech in written form. So we usually come across contracted forms in diaries, plays, and novels. So you are asked to make a list of the contracted forms in the text and rewrite them as full forms. At least find a few of them and write its full form. We have seen that some contracted forms can stand for two different forms, just like I'd. That means I had or I would. Find the contracted forms that stand for two different full forms and say what these are. I have listed a few of them. You can go through that. Here you have can't, which means cannot. Then I'd means I would or I had. She's stands for she is. I have. I am. We'll, we will. And you are. That means you are. Now, next is a speaking task where you have a conversation between Mob and Mary. The context is given there. Angry neighbors who think Joe, the inventor's new spinning machine, will make them lose their jobs, come to destroy Joe's model of the machine. You have just seen how contracted forms can make a written text sound like actual speech. Try to make this extract sound more like a real conversation by changing some of the verbs back to contracted forms. Then speak out the lines. So here we'll just quickly go through that. Mob, what does Mob say? Now, where is your husband, mistress? So in the speaking version, you just say where's. Where's means where is. So where apostrophe s is used. Similarly, in his bed, he is sick. Again, he apostrophe sick. He apostrophe s. Similarly, you'd becomes you apostrophe d. You would not harm him. We are becomes we are going to smash his evil work to pieces. Where's, again, where's is contracted forms. Where's the machine? On the table yonder. There he's the end of. Here is the end of it. So here apostrophe s also can be used. Here's. Then, and now for your husband. Neighbors, he is a sick man. Again, he apostrophe s. And almost a cripple. You apostrophe d. Would not you not hurt him? He is planning. Again, is contracted form. Planning to take away our daily bread. We will. We'll show him what we think of him and his ways. And the last one, you have broken his machine. You apostrophe ve. And again another one in the next sentence. Now a writing task. You are asked to maintain a diary for a week. That is, share your thoughts with your diary. Note down the dates and time, and you can talk to your diary. So maintain a diary for at least a week. Now you know what a diary is and how to keep one. Can you keep a diary for a week recording the events that occur? You may share your diary with your class if you wish. Use the following hints to write your diary. Have these in your mind. Though your diary is very private, write as if you are writing for someone else. Present your thoughts in a convincing manner. Share your thoughts as it comes to your mind so that it would be believable. Use words that convey your feelings and words that paint picture. Don't simply write down, I woke up, then I did this, then I went there, and so on. Just share your feelings instead, how you felt when you were at a particular place, and so on. Now, diary language has some typical features such as subject-less sentence. Dear diary, got up at 8 o'clock today. That's how you write. You skip the subject. You just straight away convey the matter in a very compact manner. See, they have given a few examples. Got up late in the morning. Sentence fragments without subjects or verbs even. Too bad. boring, not good, and so on. Contracted forms should be used. Instead of writing they, are, I, have, and so on, you can go for contracted forms. Can't, didn't, etc. And everyday expressions which people use in speech. Remember not to use such language in more formal kinds of writing. Your diary entry shouldn't be a formal letter or formal reporting or something like that. You can use your local language and convey your expressions using feelings using that. Now there is a listening task. You just have this page in front of you, and while I read the passage, you can just try to fill up those blanks. Don't look on the screen, just focus on your text. September 2nd, Lord's Day. Jane called us up about 3 in the morning to tell us of a great fire they saw in the city. So I rose and slipped on my nightgown and went to her window and thought it to be on the backside of Mark Lane at the farthest. But being unused to such fire as followed, I thought it far enough off, and so went to bed again to sleep. About 7, rose again to dress myself, and then looked out of the window and saw the fire not so much as it was further off. By and by, Jane comes and tells me that she hears that about 300 houses have been burnt down tonight by the fire we saw, and that it is now burning down all Fish Street by London Bridge. So I made myself ready presently and walked to the tower, and there got up upon one of the high places, Sir J. Robinson's little son, going up with me. And there I did see the houses at that end of the bridge all on fire, and an infinite great fire on this and the other side of the bridge. So that is from the diary of Samuel Pepys. Now, I hope you were able to get at least a few words. Now, this is the right answer. Just check with your answer. This entry in the diary has been made on 2nd September by Samuel Pepys. The person who told Pepys about the fire was called Jane. She called at 3 in the morning. Pepys went back to sleep because he was unused to such fire. Then Pepys rose again at 7 in the morning. By then, about 300 houses had been burnt down. The fire had spread to Fish Street by London Bridge. Pepys then walked to the tower along with Sir J. Robinson's little son. So with that, we come to the end of that lesson. And so, thank you. So by the way, we have left out one assignment which I gave you, which comes under black aeroplane. So we will discuss that in the next exercise. So be